Hey you guys, what's going on? It's your girl Trina, aka Queen Motivation, coming through tonight, hitting you guys with another video. Knowing that this video is definitely something that I'm dealing with right now as I speak to you guys tonight. But before I go deep into this video, I need you guys to do me a favor. Go ahead and like, 2 thumbs up this video. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Share the video, pass along this beautiful message I'm about to bless your minds with and bless your heart and your soul with. And, get other people to subscribe. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys for everything that you do. So let me go straight into this video because, like I said, it's more of a personal experience for myself as well. And knowing that I can speak from my own personal experiences, I know that I can maneuver my conversation to where other people can really understand, because these are actual life events that's taking place in my life, and if not in my life, excuse me, in the lives of people that I know personally. But tonight's topic is really basically about cutting off dead souls, cutting off dead ties, getting rid of things and people that hinder you, that no longer serves a purpose in your life. A lot of us are holding on to dead weight and wondering why we cannot move. We're wondering why we cannot get ahead because we're holding on to things that once was a part of our lives to teach us a lesson. We're holding on to these things, hoping and praying that the thing that we were supposed to release to be a blessing. Let me tell you, when there's a shift in the atmosphere for you to remove yourself from situations, or situations are to remove themselves for you, we have no business going back, dealing with the same circumstances, dealing with the same situations. That goes for people, that goes for jobs, that goes for whatever it is that you know was a part of your life that was once removed. A lot of us are digging up old things, trying to deal with some things that should have been left alone. A lot of us are still holding on to some things and to some people that we should have left alone a long time ago. We are afraid to acknowledge the fact that we will be okay by being alone. A lot of us are afraid to be alone because being alone takes away from our comfort. And sometimes to be comfortable is to be uncomfortable. I've mentioned that in videos before. Sometimes we get so caught up in how life is, we don't focus on how life's supposed to be. A lot of us are stagnant in our own storms. A lot of us are stagnant in our own situations. A lot of the situations and storms that we're in, we've caused ourselves. This is why it's important for you to learn how to start letting some things go and letting some people go. I understand you knew this person for most of your life, but as you can see, this person serves you no purpose. Sometimes it's okay to let them go. You can love people from afar. Just because you cut someone off doesn't mean that you have to treat them a certain type of way. Just because you cut somebody off doesn't mean you have to have hate for them in your heart. That just means that you've grown up. That means they can't go where you're going. Sometimes we want people to go with us, but they can't. And we wonder why we can't get anywhere because we're still holding on to that person or to that situation. When someone's moving something out of your life, when God is moving something out of your life, you need to let go. Don't be afraid to let it go, because when He removes something from your life, it's not to have you alone, but it's to have you face some things that you need to deal with by yourself. A lot of us want other people to be responsible for our emotions, but we need to learn how to be responsible for our own emotions. A lot of us are looking for validation in so many different people. We are in a position where we know that these people serve us no purpose. We know that these people have no place in our lives, but we steady holding on to these people. And not just these people, but these circumstances. It's okay to not answer your phone because you don't want to be bothered with someone else's emotions. It's okay to not be bothered with people for a little while and shut down. It's okay to not talk to people because you have to be very careful of the type of spirits that you involve yourself with. You have to be very careful of the type of spirits that you allow in your home. You have to be very, very protective of yourself, protective of your mindset, protective of your circumstances. It's okay to cut people off. A lot of the times We are so afraid. But what are we afraid of? Are we afraid of facing these things by ourselves? Because there's some things that we cannot have people involved in. This is a race, and you're trying to get people involved in your race. But why are you trying to get people involved in your race? This is a one-man show. And you need to focus on how you are going to better prepare yourself to be able to move when it's time to move. You cannot keep tying these weights of depression and these burdens of other people and putting all this stuff on you that you are not supposed to be responsible for. We are holding on to so many different things, and we are holding on to so many different people. Listen, I understand that that's your mom. I understand that that's your cousin. I understand that that's your boyfriend. I understand that that's your girlfriend. I understand all these things, but sometimes these people cannot go where you're going. It is okay to let them go. You don't have to hold on to these people. Sometimes we have to be separated from these people because we're both going through something. And sometimes we both have to be separated so this person can deal with whatever it is they going through on their timing, and you dealing with things, whatever you going through on your timing, and we're separated because we're both growing. And when we both reach the point of growth, then sometimes we could be brought back together. But sometimes in order to be brought together, we have to be separated, and there's nothing wrong with being separated. I know you love this person. I know you love your mom. I know you love your grandma. I know you love them. But sometimes you have to release them as well. A lot of people tell you all the time, oh, that's your cousin. Oh, that's your aunt. Oh, what are they doing for me right now? And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, spiritually. What are they doing for you right now? Can you depend on that person in your time of need when you're going through your storm? Can you cry on that person's shoulders when you're going through something? Can you put some of your burdens on that person's shoulder when you're going through something? A lot of times you can't because they don't want to receive your energy. And that's fine. That's where you have to learn, excuse me, that now you have to protect your own energy. There's a lot of people who don't know how to deal with their own emotions because they're so used to dealing with everybody else's emotions. So afraid to walk away from this 9, 10, 11-year relationship because they got so comfortable with that individual that they forgot how to love themselves. There's people who are at a job that's been mistreating them and been making them very uncomfortable, but they stay there because they've gotten so used to it. But your spirit is being broken. Who's going to build your spirit up? It is okay to cut things off. I'm learning. I'm learning that I have to protect my own energy. I answer the phone. I talk to people. Before I even get my own self straight. Before I even get my own mental state right. Before I can even focus on myself. I'm ready to receive everyone else's problems. I'm ready to receive what other people are going through before getting my own self right. My sister always tell me, you got to get your star player right first. If your star player isn't right, how can you be right for somebody else? How can you help somebody else get through something if you're battling with your own storm? How can you do that? How are you any good to anybody if you're no good to yourself? And I'm not talking about the financial part. I'm talking about mentally. Because there are people who have so much money in the world, but their mental state is broken. Their emotional state is broken. Their spiritual state is broken. So they feel they have nothing. With all the money in the world, they feel like they have nothing. They feel empty. They feel broken. They feel alone. So that lets you know that financial is not it. It's a part of life. We need it to survive. We need it to be able to do things. But what good is anything if your mental state is off, if your emotional state is off, if your spiritual state is off, if you're broken? A lot of us are damaged, and we're trying to push that damaged mentality and that damage and that broken spirit off on other people. That's not fair. Work on yourself. Fix yourself. Sometimes you got to cut your own self off. Sometimes you got to. Why do you cut your own self off? Because there's some things about yourself that has to go. A lot of people are so afraid to change. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't want to let nothing go or nobody go. There's people who've been alcoholics from 1998 and they still alcoholics today. Haven't learned to let anything go. There's people who've been drug addicts for years. Still drug addicts. Haven't let anything go. There's people who've been sitting on talent for years and still sitting on it. Haven't broke out of that shell. I'm talking to myself. It's time to let some things go. Put you first. It's time to make yourself a priority and be excited for yourself for once in your lifetime. To be responsible for your emotions. To deal with yourself. To handle your situations. To acknowledge where you messed up at. To acknowledge where you're broken at. To acknowledge where you're damaged at. And fix it. I challenge you to focus and fix yourself. I am so excited just knowing that we are all in the season right now. And a lot of us are breaking. But in the same motion of us breaking, we're being built up. I don't know what you're facing. I don't know what you're going through. But I have a catchphrase, TNT. And if you want to know what TNT stands for, we know that TNT is definitely an explosive. And that's what we need to do, explode into today. Explode into today and not tomorrow. There may not be a tomorrow. So do it today. TNT, explode into your dreams. Explode into your goals. Explode into your aspirations. Explode. TNT. Today, not tomorrow. Because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. I want you guys to really, really, really take advantage of your life and live it. Live a blessed life. Because it's so important. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Because I know we have so much that we're looking forward to in life. But the only way is for us to explode into our dreams. So, of course, you know, I always try to include things in my messages. And I'm so excited because, you know, I want you to ABC, always be confident and carry those 1, 2, 3s with you. And also now adding on to that is the TNT, explosive, today, not tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I just wanted to come on here and slide that message really quick. I hope that this message really blessed somebody and touched their heart. I really wish, because I'm dealing with my own stuff, growing as we speak. So let's just stay encouraged and continue to be a blessing to others as well as ourselves. Love on you a little more today, because tomorrow isn't promised. Stay blessed and stay up. Love you guys. Peace.